Hello and welcome to today's LOL Esports Roundup. We're going to cover the LEC Season Finals Loser Bracket Finals and then preview the LEC Season Finals Grand Finals. It's a mouthful. 277, 131 in predictions. I thought Fnatic would win 3-1. They won 3-2 against Mad Lions. Humanoid. By the way, these stats, so games 1 and 4 are not listed under Oracle's Elixir or Games of Legends, so I had to get stats from game 1 from the VOD, and then game 4 I was able to get KDAs, but I was not able to get the damage. So Humanoid 21, 12, and 34 led the team in damage. If you take out game 4, 29%. Razork 19, 15, 55 had the best KDA despite dying 9 times on Karthus in one of the games, I think game 3. Karzi 30, 19, 27, 31% of damage. He gets MVP for a pentakill on Callista in game 3 in the loss. Not a common thing for me to do, but like I said, I've said before, I'll say it again if you're new here, pentas mean automatic MVP status. So, interesting drafts by Fnatic. Like I said, this is glorified scrims. Someone disagree with me, but I do believe there's nothing for these teams to play for outside of just like domestic whatever. And frankly, there's already been 3 championships. So why have a 4th one? Why does the 4th one matter more than the other 3? When we're giving out 4 championships, then they all have less value. And I think the value in scrimming on stage will be felt at Worlds because we see Fnatic pull out Talia in games 1 and 2, mid lane, and then flex it to jungle. That's huge. Razork looking very good on it. Razork showing a lot of carry-oriented picks lately to the point where I really think Fnatic are ramping up. Wonder played in this one. I thought Wonder did well in Game 5, especially on the Renekton, but also throughout the entire series I thought he was solid. Chasey relatively non-existent. I mentioned Razork, I mentioned Elyoya. Elyoya had some picks like Rel and Sejuani and things. I think he had Sejuani in this one. He definitely had Rel. Maokai in Game 5. I'm not a big fan of these champs for Elyoya. He needs to be on carries. Niski looked good on carries on Ari Azir. I think he even had Jason. I wasn't too impressed by it. But the fact is, Elyoya needs to be on carries. Put Niski on things that facilitate, make things happen. Even the Azir could be done that way. Ari Charms. And allow Elyoya to take control because he's the best player. Karzi's playing out of his mind. So Elyoya, in my opinion, is their best player skill-wise. Karzi is their best performing player. That came through with how well Karzi played. Hilly alongside him died 17 times in the first 2 games. That's rough, to say the very least. Hilly had one of those days. There are some moments on the Alistar in games 3 and 4. He came through big alongside the Callista, and that allowed Mad Lions to get to a reverse sweep. I mean, there's no doubt about it that Fnatic dropped the ball in the opportunity to really take over. But when you pull out Karthus, jungle, and things of that nature, you're going to see a wide variety of results. So, scrimming, but with value. I mean, this made Mad Lions the 3 seed, Fnatic the 2 seed. I didn't even look at the format really to see if there's a big difference there. They're not the 4 seed, and that's what's important. I thought Fnatic played very well. I thought that Humanoid was huge when he needed to be, but Razork, I thought if you had to pick an MVP for Fnatic, I'd pick Razork. Sneak peek for tomorrow, Fnatic G2. Fnatic are 7-2, G2 8-1. They've only played once in summer. It was one of the 2 losses Fnatic one of the 2 losses that Fnatic faced in the regular season split. Hansama went 12-1-10, 39% of damage in the win. Noah 3-1-4, 39% of damage in the loss. So, both players had almost 2/5 of their team's damage. A big diffy in the DPM. G2 really were dominant in that game. They haven't played since, so it definitely it definitely makes you wonder what's going to happen tomorrow, right? Because Fnatic are showing very interesting picks. G2 are showing interesting picks. The thing is with this, I said this, I think, in my prediction video, Fnatic probably have something to prove here after a really ugly early part of the season, where they're like, hey, we are here to win and show that we are the best team in the LEC, and the earlier part of the split didn't matter. Now, G2 may want to stop that because G2 Fnatic is a rivalry, and it's nice to see that this rivalry is coming back around. So there is value in that to make me think maybe it's not glorified. You know, it's going to be tough. Like, the champion selections is going to make me determine how much of this is scrims. If we see a lot of things that are weird, that are really not in the box, like, I mean, like, there are things that are like just barely outside of the box, and then there's things like, oh, I haven't seen that all year. If we see the latter, then I'm going to say this is glorified scrims in tomorrow's series, but nevertheless, that's the deal. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.